Welcome to MPUNGWE-PUNGWE YouTube channel. Subscribe for you to enjoy more of our videos anytime we upload.
Just to congratulate the shadow cabinet as you continue to give checks to the cabinet. Please do it diligently. We wish you well. And on a lighter moment, now the leader of backbenchers is in cabinet, so I don't know how is he going to balance the two jobs of being leader of backbenchers in the opposition and member of the cabinet, the shadow cabinet. That's very interesting. But wish you well, my brother. I've been in that position, and I know the powers of that position. Good morning, leader. Leader, we see you.
Deputy Speaker, sir, good morning, and good morning all members. It's a beautiful day today. I rise to move a motion that we take to vary the standing order, to vary the order paper so that we tackle questions to the Minister of Education, Science and Technology. It's just very. Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Sorry.
General business, questions on notice to ministers for oral replies.
Thank you very much. Honour members, as guided by the deputy leader of this house, the honourable member for Manguchi, Northwest, Southwest, we will concentrate questions to the Minister of Education, Science and Technology. So thus, starting with question number 181. Question number 181, the Honorable Member for Chikwawa Central. Chikwawa Central, Honorable Member for Chikwawa Central, you have the floor. The Honorable Member is not in the house. Now we go to question 182. The Honorable Member from Mzimba Perekezi. Mzimba Perekezi, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, first Deputy Speaker. I rise to confirm that the question appearing in today's order paper under my name is indeed coming from the people of Mzimba Perekezi constituency, especially the people of Chimkusa, Shantomba, Engaraweni, MBC, Kaputa, and Kamazeka. Thank you, first Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you, sir. I hope the MBC in the house will not confuse the MBC in your constituency with them. It's an MBC that is a chief, not a broadcasting house. Honorable Minister of Education, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. Good morning, and good to see that you are in ebullient mood today. I am honored to respond to the question from the honorable member from Mzimba Perekezi, whose question is to ask the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology to consider constructing a community-day secondary school at Mzimba Boma to address increasing enrollment pressures arising from rapid urbanization and overcrowding in existing secondary schools. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, Let me thank the Honourable Member of Parliament from Zimbabwe for his very pertinent question. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me begin by informing the Honourable House that currently Zimbabwe has 2 community day secondary schools, Njiri and St. Francis. Together, these 2 schools enroll 400 students annually, with Njiri CDSS admitting 300 and St. Francis 100. The combined 226 standard 8 candidature for schools feeding these 2 secondary schools is 904. Therefore, assuming that all of these 904 pass their primary school leaving certificate examinations, it would mean that approximately 504 learners will be denied access to secondary education. I therefore wish to agree with the Honourable Member that Zimbabwe requires an additional community day secondary school to address the increasing demand for secondary education. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, allow me to reiterate that my ministry is committed to increasing access to secondary education in Malawi. This is why it is implementing a number of strategies which include infrastructure development, increasing the number of streams, or upgrading some community day secondary schools into double shift schools. For instance, Njiri CDSS was upgraded to a double shift as a triple stream school in 2024. But despite this, the critical shortage of secondary school spaces at Zimbabwe still remains. I would wish to encourage the Honourable Member to consider securing funds from the CDF, considering that the responsibility to establish a community day secondary school rests in the hands of local councils and communities. I encourage the Honourable Member to consider this route very seriously. My ministry will, however, support the Honourable Member and approach other potential donors to see if we can accelerate this need. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Minister. The first supplementary question, in the order as they have been listed, is the Honourable Member for Nsanje Central. Nsanje Central, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for recognizing the people of Nsanje Central. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, before I ask my supplementary question, allow me to extend my condolences to the family of late Mr. Fred Jailos. This gentleman has been beheaded last night in my constituency, in the border area. Some unknown people got into his house and beheaded this gentleman right in his house. And the people there are living in fear. And I hope that, of course, they have reported Malay Police Service, and I'm sure they will do the needful to help the people in the area to ensure that the area is secure and the people have the comfort of their security personnel. Coming to my supplementary question, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I'm aware that the Honourable Minister of Education last week opened the community day secondary school somewhere, I think in Mwanza, if not Neno. Of interest is that at this school, a number of structures were built. Looking at the pictures, they look to be very good structures. Teachers' houses, laboratory, classroom blocks, and other facilities. But the cost for all these is reported to be just around 110,000 euros. Of interest to the people of Nsanje Central is one, to get confirmation from the minister that indeed all those structures were built using 110,000 euros. We're trying to compare because our budget for similar structures is over $1 billion. I'm wondering as to how this community has been able to construct all those beautiful structures using just around 110,000 euros, which is approximately 300 million Malai Kwacha. Maybe the minister can share with this House. We can learn from them, and probably with the resources that have been made available in our constituencies, the 3.6 billion for the infrastructure projects, we can do much more than just do a few structures, because as of now, the cost of one school block is estimated at about 200 million, which is almost the entire structures that this community has built. So we want to learn from the minister, because he had the privilege of being the site.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much. We now go to the honorable member from Mwachabe Central. Mwachabe Central, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. I want to ask a supplementary question to the Honorable Minister of Education, whether he can assist the people of TA Koza Chisangawe and GVH Kandezo by rehabilitating and constructing teacher houses at the existing Chisangawe Community Day Secondary School and the Chisu Community Day Secondary School. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. We now go to the people of Blantyre Southwest constituency. Blantyre Southwest, Mpemba area. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. It's Blantyre Southeast constituency.
My apologies. Blantyre Southeast.
Thank you.
Sochi towards Manje Road. Thank you, sir.
And Matabango Mangomba, that side. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Yeah, my question goes to the Minister of the Minister of Education. I wanted to ask him if he...
Minister of Health, you might need to choose the first seat. Please choose the first seat. You are safe there. Thank you. Honorable member.
Thank you. My question goes to the Minister of Education. If it is possible for him to open CDSS at Naocha, full primary school in Chirobwe, and Tonda, full primary school, and Mangomba. We have excess school blocks in those schools, and the schools are far away from secondary education. So we thought the best to serve the students there is to have a CDSS secondary school at Naocha, Ntonda, and Mangomba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for the opportunity to respond to the supplementary questions. Starting with Nsanje Central, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, probably this will be the most important question of the day, for the reason that quite a number of figures are flying around as to how much it will cost to build a secondary school, particularly a community day secondary school. And from what I am hearing around, it will be very impossible at the rate we are escalating these figures for us to be building secondary schools. I want to confirm that I was pleased on behalf of the Malawi government to receive a donation from a German organization known as Green Helmets in Mwanza West. Indeed, the secondary school is complete with 6 teachers' houses, and it costs them 110,000 euros, which roughly converts to a little less than 250 million. The only things that you could take away is that they did not factor in the question of profit. and also a little bit of the labor that the community was able to provide in terms of sand and other items. But, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, even if you were to factor in profit and substitution of the community labor, the prices we are hearing around of 1 billion, I even have heard somebody say it's costing 4 billion to build a community section. That's horrendous. That's appalling. At that rate, we can't build any secondary school in this country. It will mean that the entire CDF will go towards one secondary school. This should not be accepted, and these figures should be reviewed. And my ministry will work with the House and others to ensure that our schools are not a vehicle for stealing from the Malawian people.
Mr. Minister, the presiding officer is not clapping with the House because the rules do not allow me to be clapping. But maybe someone else was clapping on my behalf. Thank you.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me turn to Mwachabe Central, where he's asking my ministry to consider rehabilitation of infrastructure at Chisangalo Community Day Secondary School and Chisu Community Day Secondary School. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to assure the honorable member that these schools will be inspected, and we will work with the honorable member to ensure that the rehabilitations required are implemented, working in collaboration between ourselves at the ministry headquarters and himself as a member of parliament. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me go to Blantyre Southeast, where he's asking, the honorable member is asking the Ministry of Education to consider establishing community day secondary schools at Naucha and two other, Naucha and one other primary school. I would like to assure the honorable member that because this is peri-urban, if I'm not mistaken, and the populations are usually large, we will investigate the suitability of establishing secondary schools in this area. And the honorable member should be assured that my ministry will make sure that the children in his constituency are availed of secondary schools. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, I've taken a discretion to retake the question 181 from the Honourable Member for Chikwawa Central, because the Honourable Member has a legit reason for not showing up in the House on time. Honourable Member for Chikwawa Central. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. Indeed, question 181 is coming from the people of Central. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. And through you, allow me to respond to the question from the Honourable Member for Chikwawa Central, which is in two parts. The first part is for the Ministry to consider and address the lack of water, electricity, and essential teaching and learning facilities at Chikwawa Teachers Training College, including the absence of a demonstration primary school. Second, to consider constructing Nkombe's full primary school, which was damaged by Cyclone Freddy in 2022. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to thank the Honourable Member for this question. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, Chikwawa Teacher Training College is one of the 3 new TTCs constructed by the Malawi government, the other 2 being Mchinji TTC and Rumpi TTC. And construction of all the 3 started in 2018 and were supposed to be completed in 2020. These 3 TTCs were supported by Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, BADEA, the Saudi Fund for Development, and OPEC Fund for International Development. And the Malawi government was supposed to contribute 30% as counterpart funding. Mr. Speaker, sir, although the 3 colleges were officially opened in 2023, several outstanding works still remain, and my ministry is committed to completing these works to provide a conducive teaching and learning environment. To this end, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, you will observe that in the current budget, 2026-2027 development budget, there is a provision for the construction of the 3 TTCs in the budget. Priority has been given to electricity connections and other essential teaching and learning facilities at these TTCs, including Chikwawa. And procurement processes are currently underway to engage both a work supervisor and a consultant, including a contractor. Regarding the water, Chikwawa TTC is connected to the Southern Region Water Board piped water system. However, the water supply remains erratic because the original pump at the water source became damaged and was replaced with a lower capacity pump that is unable to deliver sufficient water to the college. We are working with the Southern Region Water Board to ensure that this problem is resolved and that Chikwawa TTC receives reliable water from Southern Region Water Board. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, regarding the absence of a demonstration primary school, my ministry recognizes its importance in the practical training of student teachers. However, the original designs did not include the construction of demonstration schools. So although these are necessary, government will consider them when we are completing the city schools that are currently outstanding. So as we are addressing the city schools in Blantyre, Zomba, Lilongwe, and Mzuzu, we will consider the 3 demonstration schools at the 3 TTCs. The second limb of his question was to ask the ministry to consider constructing Nkombe's full primary school, which was damaged by Cyclone Freddy in 2022. Again, I would like to thank the Honourable Member for raising this important question regarding the construction of Mkombezi Full Primary School. Mr. Speaker, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology is fully aware that Mkombezi was destroyed by Cyclone Freddy. The school, which was established in the year 2000, is located in Mbewa Education Zone, Chomba Ward in Chikwawa Central Constituency. It is a full primary school comprising 4 classroom blocks and currently serves an enrollment of 1,169 learners. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, 2 of the 4 classroom blocks were destroyed by Cyclone Freddy. I am pleased, however, to inform this Honorable House that Chikwawa District Council has already reconstructed the 2 damaged classroom blocks using funds from the Regional Climate Resilience Program at a total cost of 319,202,835. Construction commenced on 16 December 2025 and was successfully completed on 29 May 2026. I am therefore pleased to report that these classrooms have since been handed over and are currently being used by learners. That is the report I have, and I'm hoping that I'm speaking with the full agreement of the honorable member. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, while the 2 classroom blocks destroyed by Cyclone Freddy have been replaced, the ministry is also aware that the remaining 2 classroom blocks are in deteriorating condition and require rehabilitation or replacement. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in this regard, I wish to encourage the honorable member to engage with the Chikwawa District Council so that the rehabilitation or reconstruction of the remaining classroom blocks may be considered under the CDF or any other available development financing mechanisms. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. I will now consider the people of Chirazulu Nguludi for a supplementary question.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chirazulu Nguludi to ask a supplementary question to the Honorable Minister. I would like to ask the Honorable Minister to consider constructing a headmaster's house and a library at Malawi Community Day Secondary School and Chigodi Community Day Secondary School. These 2 community day secondary schools, there are no any headmaster's house and there are no libraries. Thank you.
Thank you. We now go to the people of Baraka Ulongwe constituency.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for awarding the people of Baraka Ulongwe a chance to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Education, Science and Technology. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the people of Baraka Ulongwe would like to ask the Minister of Education if he can assist the people of the constituency by constructing a library, equipping the laboratory, and buying a computer and a printer for...
Honorable Deputy Minister, order. Please return back to your seat. Thank you. Proceed.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the people of Baraka Ulongwe would like to ask the Minister of Education if he could construct a library, equip the laboratory, and buy a computer and a printer for Chilanga CDSS And on the other hand, I also would like to ask a policy question. Almost 80% of the primary schools in my constituency are dilapidated. So it leaves a very big project for us.
Honorable Deputy Minister, I think when I do order, it's because you're blocking the view of the current member holding the floor. So if you can see where you are seated, the whole direction to your right, you are not blocking the honorable member. So you can exit at any time, but using that direction, not the left side of your seat. Thank you very much. At any time, this whole direction, you are not blocking the honorable speaker. Thank you.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, my second supplementary question is to do with the policy. Almost 80% of the schools in my constituency are dilapidated. We've got potholes in classrooms, and most of the classrooms are not fit for use. I wanted to know from the minister if this burden falls on us through the CDF, or the minister is still sharing part of that burden.
Thank you. Thank you. We now recognize the honourable member for Limodzi constituency. Apologies, I have switched on a wrong constituency. Limodzi, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, for considering the people of Limodzi to ask a supplementary question. I would want first to remind the Honorable Minister that in 2015, when you were also a minister by then, your ministry came to open a CDSS in my constituency. The CDSS which was built by the community using the limited resources from CDF. And the ministry, while pleased with what we did with the limited resources from CDF, they opened that CDSS. Unfortunately, without even a single teacher's house. But since you were happy with what we did, you still had to open it. I would want to inform you that up to now, we don't have even a single house for the teachers, and this CDSS, which is called Pereni CDSS. And if somewhere, somehow, you may have some funds in your ministry, may you please consider this secondary school. Thank you. By constructing a teacher's house. Thank you.
Honourable member, you haven't mentioned the name of the secondary school, so I hope the minister knows it. Honourable Minister, with those 3 supplementary questions.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. My sincere apologies. Could I ask the honourable member for Nduna to repeat his question? At the time he was speaking, someone else was also speaking to me. Thank you.
Honourable member for Nduna, please request a microphone.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. I said that in my constituency, we have got 2 community-day secondary schools. This is Malawi Community-Day Secondary School and Chigodi Community-Day Secondary Schools. These 2 secondary schools have no any headmaster's house, and there is no any library. So I'm requesting the Honorable Minister to consider constructing a headmaster's house and a library at each of these 2 community-day secondary schools. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, before you, there's a point of order. Point of order from the people of Blantyre, Sochi, Zingwangwa constituency.
Apologies, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. It's not a point of order. I was joining the queue for a supplementary question, so take note. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner Kalua. Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. Simply to register that I am happy to answer all the three supplementary questions, notwithstanding that the original question had to do with the teacher training college at Chikwawa. But the opportunity for asking questions are rare, so if you allow me, I will respond to all the three questions. Regarding Kirazurunguludi, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, let me assure the honorable member that it is extremely desirable that when we complete a secondary school, there must be at least one house, preferably the headmaster's house, for purposes of security. Because without any member of staff being resident on the premises, the schools can be vandalized. So I would like to assure the honorable member that his request is legitimate and that we will work with him to ensure that the two community-based secondary schools have, at the very minimum, one teacher's house and preferably occupied by the headmaster. Similarly, a modern secondary school is incomplete without a library. And I would also like to assure the honorable member that the request for library at these two secondary schools is a legitimate one and it would be considered as we are considering the headmaster's houses. Baraka Ulongwe, I would like to assure the honorable member, like I said with regard to the previous question from Chirazulu Nguludi, need for a library is non-negotiable, and I would like to assure the honorable member that a library will be provided. He also mentioned about laboratory equipment, a computer, and the technological equipment at the school. I also wish to assure the honorable member that the lab at his school is incomplete without the equipment. So I think it is very surprising that a laboratory was built without the equipment. It will be provided, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. Let the honorable member be assured of our support. With regard to the status of the primary schools in his constituency, I would like to request the honorable member to work with my ministry to have a program of rehabilitation. 80% is large, but I'm sure that if we started now, by the end of the next 5 years, all of these primary schools will be rehabilitated. And therefore, I would like to assure the honorable member of my minister's full cooperation and support in the task. Lilongwe Kumachenga, I would like to just indicate, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that the year that the honorable member mentioned could be probably the wrong year, but yes, I do remember visiting his constituency in my previous life as a Minister of Education. Again, like I assured his two previous colleagues, who asked supplementary questions, I would like to assure the honorable member that at the very minimum, a teacher's house will be constructed at Pereni Community Day Secondary School. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. We now go to question 183. The honorable member for Lilongwe Site Zenza constituency. Lilongwe Site Zenza. Honorable member, request a microphone. Honorable member, you have the floor.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, for acknowledging the people of Lilongwe Site Zenza on the question that's appearing on today's order paper, question number 183, which is coming from the people of Lilongwe Site Zenza, Sabtie Matanda, as well as Sabtie Zakaria, who together are forming the Zenza constituency. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Honourable Minister of Education, Science and Technology.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. And through you, let me thank the honorable member for Lilongwe Site Zenza for his very pertinent question, in which he is asking the government to consider rehabilitating the deteriorating infrastructure at Zenza Secondary School, which accommodates over 300 boarding students and serves learners from several constituencies. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me thank the Honourable Member of Parliament for Lilongwe Site Zenza for his question. Zenza Secondary School is under the Central West Education Division and was established in 1983, and it has a current enrollment of 523 students. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the school's infrastructure requires some regular rehabilitation. Although some improvement works have already been carried out, a number of critical areas still require attention. For instance, the roof of the assembly hall is sunken in as a result of a weak wall, which is leaning dangerously outward. The boys' hostels have sustained significant damage from repeated fire incidents over the years, necessitating extensive rehabilitation works. In addition, the sewage system is in a state of disrepair and requires serious rehabilitation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me at this juncture to highlight some of the maintenance works already undertaken at this school. These include the rehabilitation of the hostels damaged by fire, repainting of the hostels using free secondary education grant, and fencing part of the school perimeter fence to enhance security and prevent trespassing. I commend the school management for these efforts and encourage them to continue prioritizing infrastructure rehabilitation and development using the free secondary education grant and other ORT resources. Let me encourage the honorable member that looking at the location of this school, it is imperative that the fence be completed, because the way it is, it means that traders, business people, people going to the market are using the school as passage, and it's not safe for the children, especially boarders at night. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to assure the honorable member, although I don't think it is in his question, that we supplied 70 mattresses to the school in the just ended financial year. because this was a hot issue after we supplied mattresses to Msaka Secondary School. The honorable member was on my neck, but we supplied 70 mattresses. And if there's any continuing need, we will support this school. It is a city school, and it must look as such. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, while my ministry is trying to source funds for full rehabilitation of the school infrastructure and supply of more mattresses, may I urge the honorable member to lobby with the Lilongwe District Council to consider including the same in the CDF budget. But I have been to this school recently, I think it was last month. I think that there's a lot of attention required at this school, and I work hand in hand with the honorable honorable member to ensure that his school is given due attention. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. I'll recognize the honorable member from Kota Liwalazi for a supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for according the people of Traditional Authority Kanyenda to ask a supplementary question. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, through you, I'd like to ask the able Minister of Education to consider allocating teachers at Matiki, Ukasi, and Nyamvu primary schools, asking the able Minister of Education to consider opening a day secondary school to these primary schools, as our project of constructing a secondary school is in our pipeline, and as we are also furthering our discussion with the Ilovo Sugar Company under the social corporate responsibility. Not only that, through you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, I would like to ask the able Minister of Education the stand of Chipando Secondary School, which was in the pipeline of one of the secondary schools to be constructed back then in 2019, as I was going through the documents from some of my predecessors. I submit, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honourable member, let me guide you. Let me guide you as such. You see, your question has names of schools. I don't think it satisfies a supplementary question, because the Honourable Minister would have to be responding with information. And if the Honourable Minister would know the location of Funtata Primary School in my constituency by his head, that would be so. I was actually looking for a better word, not miraculous, but I was looking for something else. That would be so magic. I hope you have submitted a substantial question on the same. If not, can I advise you to do so? Let's move to the honorable member for Mwachabe Lutende. Mwachabe Lutende, you have the floor, sir.
Wow. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, for according the people of Mwachabe Lutende to ask a supplementary question to the Minister of Education. First Deputy Speaker, I would like to follow up through the Minister of Education. Lutende, by the press called Lungwena CDSS, there have been a project that started last year, and it started with a bang. Through the time, everything was going well, and all of a sudden we have just experienced the slow development to this site. So I really don't know what is happening with the contractor. It's my wish to ask the Minister of Education just to assist us so that the project continues to roll out. At the moment, it's going at a pace of a tortoise move. I thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable member for Salima Central West. Salima Central West, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, and greetings from people of Salima Central West. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, I've got two policy questions to the Honorable Minister of Education, Science and Technology. First Deputy Speaker, in 2004, government through the Minister of Education and in the Department of Teacher Education Development initiated a program that was providing resources for the construction of teachers' development centers. That was undertaken for over a long period. Surprisingly, in my constituency, we are no longer seeing this initiative, much as yes, now we're talking of resources that will be available under CDF. But I want to know from the minister if that has been completely dropped or it's still there and will be supplemented or complemented by CDF, because that initiative helped quite a lot of teachers coming together under TDC infrastructure. Secondly, within the same Department of Teacher Education Development, they were providing motorbikes for newly appointed pairs, or even those that were already in the system, to ease their mobility and reach out to other schools. What's the policy direction for that initiative? Because I can't see even in my constituency any pair receiving any motorbike, even if he or she is appointed. What's the future with our pairs to be helped in terms of mobility in this country, and including my constituency? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before you, Honour Minister, we have a point of order from the people of Rumpi West. Rumpi West, what has gone out of order?
Standing Order 96. First Deputy Speaker, I did submit my question to the Honourable Minister.
Honourable Member, let's start again, please. Standing order number what?
96. That gives me an opportunity for you to allow me to give a point of order on the proceedings.
Remember, we can hardly hear you. Now we are on 96.
Yes.
All of us in the House are on 96. Please raise your point of order now.
Is it in order that my question that I directly submitted to the Minister using Standing Order 62 concerning the demolition of Mwazisi Secondary School and Kampenda CDSS before elections in 2025 by the previous government? A contractor was sent, but he was not funded. It is in ruins, but it is not appearing on the order papers. What should I do?
Honour Member, you've quoted a standing order that does not tally with that whatever you're asking. Last time, Honour Member, next time you override on the speaker like that, Honour Member, I rule you today out of order for trying to abuse our own privileges. Minister, responding to the questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. And through you, let me thank the Honourable Member from Watokota for her supplementary question. And also to thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for the guidance provided. Nonetheless, let me provide the following response, that we will ask the Honourable Member to write a note to me being specific about the 3 primary schools, Matiti, Ukasi, and Inkata. That's what I got. but be specific. You can write it and send it to me right now. When we find that when we look at the distribution of teachers across the country, that these schools, having regard to the pupils that are there, are understaffed, we will support you with additional teachers. So let me get the information correctly. The second part was that these 3 primary schools require their own community-day secondary school, so that these schools, 3 schools, should be feeder schools for the planned secondary school. Once again, I would like to assure the honorable member that the matter will be investigated, and when need is established, a secondary school will be built, funds permitting. Let me emphasize what we already know, that the policy of government is to ensure that no child walks for more than 5 kilometers to access secondary education. And finally, with regard to Chipando Secondary School that was being built, I think, by USAID, I think that the matter should be investigated first, and a response will be given in the fullness of time. But this obviously is a new question that requires me to investigate and provide a response. Mangochi Lutende, thank you, honorable member, for bringing to my attention the stored progress of Lungwena Community Day Secondary School, and expressing your wish that the completion be speeded up. I would like to assure the honorable member that we share that view as well. I will investigate why the construction has slowed down, and if it is a question of contract management, we'll deal with it. But certainly, Lungwena deserves a community day secondary school. Salima Central West, honorable member, TDCs, teacher development centers, are critical in the education sector. Teachers need to go to these centers to be reoriented whenever new issues come, even when we have a revision of the curriculum, etc., etc. So in all parts of this country, we have teacher development centers, and if there's none near you, that is an anomaly, and this will be addressed. But yes, teacher development centers are critical. And on the motorbikes, yes, the pairs, primary education advisors, need to be able to travel from school to school to check what is going on, to advise and supervise. If you saw in the media in the last few months, I did distribute over 100 motorbikes intended for primary education advisors. And I don't know why your payer did not receive one, but they went to all the districts in the country. But because I have your constituency here, I'll find out what happened and how many motorcycles we gave you. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honour Minister. I see a point of order from the Honour Member from Zimba West. Zimba West, what has gone out of order?
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker, for according the people of Zimba West an opportunity to raise a point of order. First Deputy Speaker, I was wondering whether it is in order to remind the Minister of Education of his commitment to provide this House and indeed the nation with a statement on handing over of the projects that were under, or rather were supported by the USAID funding previously. These schools that are appearing on our constituency development plans, but the district councils are otherwise refusing to incorporate them because they have not been handed over. So I thought, with your indulgence, you could remind him that since 14th, when he made this commitment, today, indeed, we are clocking a week and we are looking forward. I thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
One of Chairperson for Trade Committee, I know I was here seated when that commitment was made. That's why I'm not ruling you out of order. And at an opportune time, I will ask the Honourable Minister to stand to that commitment. Honourable members, the other issue, so if other ministers of this House have made commitments to the House and would like to follow them up, we can write the same through the Secretariat or Government Assurances Committee of this House. We can write directly to the Government Assurances Committee of this House, reminding them or informing the Government Assurance Committee of the commitments that government has made, and they need to be followed up, like the one that has been raised. But that one is going to be attended to by the Honourable Minister. Thank you. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for inviting me to address the issue raised by the Honourable Member from Zimba West, a very pertinent point, and I would like to confirm that I did make that commitment. The subject matter is tripartite, involving the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, the Ministry of Finance, and the Ministry of Local Government. I am aware that the three ministries have met and they will be issuing an appropriate circular to address those secondary schools. So I think the first thing will happen is that a circular will emanate from the three ministries. And once that is done, members of the House will be given copies. But that matter is certainly being addressed. Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Leader, for your guidance. Deputy Leader.
Thank you very much, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir. At this juncture, maybe before I say something, Honourable Deputy Speaker, is it in order that I see most of the members browsing their phones? Is it in order? Because I see I have been looking around, and as leader, should we allow phones in this house? Because I see almost each and everyone on their smartphone, browsing WhatsApp, browsing Facebook, browsing what? Is this in order? No. As a leader of this house, I would want to appeal to your office, and I want to move a motion that effective today, in this house, no more smartphones should be allowed. No more smartphones should be allowed. And we have to be serious in this house. We must be serious in this house. And I want to appeal to you, once you see anyone browsing their phones, use the standing order 105, chase them away. You must chase them away. Having said that, First Deputy Speaker, sir, at this juncture, let us tackle questions for oral replies from the Minister to the Ministry of Agriculture, Irrigation and Water Development. How?
Deputy Leader, we will need you to move an extension of question time, because question time goes up to 10:45, and then that's the health break.
Yes.
So please extend that we tackle questions after the health break. Sure.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Let me move a motion that we extend question time for oral replies after the health break. I beg to move, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir.
Honourable members, we have a motion on the floor. Motion to extend question time after the health break. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, the motion is carried. We will now go as advised by the Honourable Minister, but before that I see a point of order, actually 2 points of orders, one from the people of Blantyre City, Blantyre City, Mapanga, Mzedi, Bangwe, not Club Banana. Club Banana is for my boss, so I think I'll stop there. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Second Deputy Speaker. Second Deputy Speaker. Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of MPUNGWE Mapanga Z constituency. Is it in order, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for the honorable member of Salima Central West to dress in his party colors in this house? Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honourable Member. We love these later moments. The presiding officer was looking at the color that Zomba Malosa is putting on this morning. And the presiding officer is enjoying the colors in the house. And to confirm that these colors belong to a political party is actually, our women look so beautiful and men are trying so hard to look so handsome in trying to change the colors of our suits. That's why men are wearing like that. So the honorable member is properly dressed for the assembly and he can stay in the house because he actually looks so good in a green suit. I think we need to start one day, honorable member, try a blue suit. A blue suit also looks so good. Thank you very much. I see a point of order from Lilongwe City, Lumbazi constituency. Lilongwe City, Lumbas, you have the floor on a point of order.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker, for allowing the people of Lilongwe City Limodzi constituency to raise a point of order. Outrightly, First Deputy Speaker, sir, in avoidance of being rude, out of order, I will just indicate that was it in order for the Honorable Minister of Education to complete answering questions without looking at Limodzi City, Lilongwe City Limodzi constituency, which has no single secondary school, and yet it is a fully fledged.
Thank you very much, Honorable Lilongwe City Limodzi, for taking us closer to the health break. we love the people around Maguero area. For the obvious stuff to your right when you drive to the airport. So around Maguero, if you go back, please greet us, the people around Maguero area. Honourable members, before I suspend for health break, I have a communication to make. The people of the beautiful city of Zomba City South constituency have blessed the House this morning and the office of the Speaker by bringing us 24 village headmen from all the way from the old capital city to the capital city of Lilongwe and indeed to Parliament. May I request the chiefs and leaders from Zomba City South constituency to please rise so your Parliament can appreciate you. Tipemphe magogo onse amene mwachoka ku Zomba City muyimirire kuti tikulandireni ku nyumba ya malamulo. Takulandirani ku nyumba ya malamulo, mukhale omasuka. Mafumu athu tikuthokozeni chifukwa chobwera ku nyumba ya malamulo. Mulungu wakumwamba akusogolereni pamene mukubwerera ku muzi ku Zomba. Thank you very much for coming. I've always encouraged the honorable members. The honorable member for Zomba City South, please rise and wave at your leaders and the chiefs, please. Thank you very much. Zomba City North is also in the house. Zomba Malosa is in the house. And Zomba Tondwe is in the house. Zomba Chikomo is in the house. And the Honorable Minister of Defense, who is the honorable member for Zomba Changalume, is also in the house. So Zomba is a full house today. Thank you very much. Can I request all honorable members from Zomba to rise? Zomba, can we all rise? Zomba, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thank you very much. Honorable members, don't sit. There's an announcement I'm making for those members from Zomba. Please don't sit. Please rise from Zomba. And those mafumu atu mwawaona aphungu amene ayimirirawa ndi amene tasankha kuti akusamaleni lero ku Lilongwe kunoko. Zikomo kwambiri.
Ambiri mwakhala mukudera nkhawa kuti kodi mavuto amene tili nawowa tidzathetse bwanji. Mavuto ngati kusabereka, khunyu, misala. Kodi mukufuna chikoka cha business, mukufuna kulanga wakuba, magic wallet, kukwezedwa pa ntchito, kapena mukufuna kutsirika thupi, kuwinitsa loto ndi zina zambiri. Yankho la zonsezi lapezeka.
Kodi muli ndi vuto la kusabeleka, khunyu, misala, mukufuna chikoka pa business yanu, mukufuna kulanga wakuba, mukufuna magic wallet, mukufuna kukwezedwa pa ntchito, kutsirika thupi, kuwinitsa loto ndi zina zambiri.
Dr. Makoti omwe amapezeka ku Blantyre, Lilongwe, Salima komanso Kasungu, amenewa ali ndi yankho la mavuto onsewa. Imbani foni 090 815572 kapena 089142038 kapena mutha kuyankhula nawo pa WhatsApp pa nambala ya 0893 004116. Mukatero muyankhulana ndi Dr. Makoti pa WhatsApp. Dr. Makoti, mavuto aja aone msana wa njira.
Kodi muli ndi vuto la kusabeleka, khunyu, misala, mukufuna chikoka pa business yanu, mukufuna kulanga wakuba, mukufuna magic wallet, mukufuna kukwezedwa pa ntchito, kutsirika thupi, kuwinitsa loto ndi zina zambiri.
Kodi munamvapo za Dr. Elube kwa Vumbwe?
Dokota Elube, Dokota Elube. Dokota Elube.
Kodi mukufuna mwitano wa business mtupatupa, chimabwezeretsa banja likasokonekera kwa mphindi 40. timatsirika munthu akaberedwa. Chuma, bizinesi ziziyenda bwino, bwerani kwa Dr. Erube kumene timathandiza zonsezi. Ndi nkhani zachitaka zavuta, bwerani kwa Dr. Erube timathandizanso mwitano komanso kuvalirana anthu nkhope. Mukafuna kudziwa zambiri, imbani foni pa 089 94 26491 0899 426491 ndipo mukatero mudzathandizidwa. Dr. Erube, Dr. Erube, Dr. Erube anachepa. Mayesayesa ntchito sikupezeka, mwana mnyumba kusowabe, chitaka pa bizinesi yanu chakusokonezani. Wosadandaula, kuli Dr. Maiye ku Limodzi.
Muitano wa bizinesi mwai wa ntchito kukonza nsoma banja kusula chibelekero.
Matenda okanika kuchirawo, matsoka osatha pa moyo wanuwo, lero pabanja makukuthothani. Wosadandaula, tangoimbani foni pa 0894 352 832 0894 352 832. Dr. Maiye, madotolo wa chinyengo musamale.
Welcome to MPUNGWE-PUNGWE YouTube channel. Subscribe for you to enjoy more of our videos anytime we upload.